What is good, y'all? Episode 11, Short Story Bingo, Our Stories. My name is Nate Chacon III. Thank you guys so much for coming back. And yeah, we have another guest today. We're going to make it pretty quick here. I spoke with Rodney Arcia, who goes by Isaiah Blends on Instagram. Link is below to follow him. He's a local barber here in Salt Lake City who has really stepped his game up, and we were able to talk about his new family, the grind that him and his business partner went through in order to get their own space, marketing, and also took a deeper dive into, you know what, getting ahead of myself. Subscribe, like, all that. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, we'll get into the episode, and just very, very grateful, y'all. Head over to utahwrapper.com. Use the code WeMissYou for free shipping on all of your purchases. So thank you again. Short Story Bingo, episode 11 of Our Stories. Here we go. See you at the end.
Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Sometimes they're funny and sometimes they're sad. Most of the time they're funny because I hate to be sad. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. But don't take my word for it. Spare fingers. Cheers.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. It's gonna be dope.
Let's get it.
All right, 1, 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Short Story Bingo, Our Stories. My name is Nate Chacon III. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, the retention program is working. What I typically do on this version of the podcast, I either talk to friends or folks that I have been following for a while to get to know them a little bit more and hopefully become a little bit better friends at the end and drop some gems along the way for y'all to pick up. I want to say thank you to everyone that has the new subscribers and because I've been watching and all the love that was just recently shown on the Hardcastle episode. Man, we really were able to get deep, and him and I have a pretty deep relationship. So like to be able to talk not just about music was fucking fun. So check that out. And then all the other interviews from the Our Story series. I certainly appreciate it. And I can see on my algorithm that folks are paying attention and checking in on Apple Podcasts. So if you could drop a rate, if you rate it 5, let me know. If you rate it 1, fucking let me know. It's all good. With that said, I've been saying that I don't have a sponsor when I have a sponsor. So moving forward, Short Story Bingo, one of the sponsors is my own clothing brand. So Gabino Grimes Signature. It makes most sense to do that shit, right? Yep. Head over to utahwrapper.com or gabinogrimes.com and receive free shipping when you use the code WeMissYou. I'm wearing the PSA 10 sweater right now. And yeah, this is a hat that's off the website too. I'm Hip Hop Hat. But yeah, so we are sponsored officially by fucking utahwrapper.com by myself. And I would love it to, if you guys head over there. So, all right, all that out of the way. Episode 11, Short Story Bingo, Our Stories. I have on today. Do you go by Rodney or Isaiah Blends?
Rodney.
Okay.
But people that meet me through this know me as Isaiah Blends.
Okay. So, episode 11 with Rodney, y'all. Rodney.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I when I was on my way over here, and honestly all week I was thinking about how did I come across your pause? How did I find your profile? And it was as I was like, I
think if I remember correctly, you told me that it was Regal. You know Regal Barbershop?
Yeah.
Regal,
Okay.
I think he had either recommended me or he had like you had seen him on his page or something. I think I was working out with him.
That's right. Okay, that's right. I got my first cut from you at Regal in Murray.
No. You came to. I was at Ramirez.
Oh, Ramirez. That's right.
But you told me. So when I had asked you, like, oh, how did you hear about me? You told me you found me on Regal's Instagram.
Yeah, that's
what you
right.
told me.
Excuse me. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Shout out to Regal though, for sure, and also Ramirez Barber Lounge too. Okay, so that's how I first came upon. Like, there's other barbers that I certainly have gone to. Shout out to my boy Jody over at Clean Cut Barbershop, and then Calhoun over at Another Level.
Yep.
As well. They both have faded me up pretty good, and after the first, I think for me personally, like a haircut is, I think maybe like what would be equal to for a chick, like a pedicure or some shit, or you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, yeah.
Or like a facial or something. Yeah. Yep. Like, because you usually come out like, when I'm done, dog, I feel fresh as fuck. Go ahead.
It's like psychology, kind of.
Yeah.
Like you could have just talked I don't know, just had a good talk with the barber, or you maybe like the haircut makes you feel a certain way and definitely makes you feel clean. So feeling clean definitely helps you, I feel like, throughout your day, like just be more productive.
Yeah, dog. It's look good, feel good, fucking work good, all that shit, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
You mentioned just now that I want to tap into talking, like if it's just talking to your barber, do you find that you come across some pretty fucking intense conversations, whether they're very deep or personal, or?
Yeah, for sure. Usually, I mean, I would have, if I would have came in this game like in the beginning, and I would have definitely would have never expected like people to open up to me so quickly. But I believe that's really a you thing. Like, you got to be able to open people up to trust you. You know what I mean? Because not everyone is just gonna tell you certain things that might have happened to them. But when I'm here, man, I try to just give everyone the best experience. And like I said, most of the time, man, it's people that I don't even know,
right,
that are opening up to me about some pretty crazy and deep and funny things at a time, you know. But sometimes, sometimes it is negative, and I just try to do my best to like give them advice, you know, advice that I would want to hear. Something.
Damn, is that something that is taught like in school too? Like, maybe what's taught is like create the experience, like you said.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, is there like any touching of base of like, hey, you might have to turn into a barber therapist real quick?
I don't think they push it as much as they should, but I mean,
that's
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was only in the barber school like 2 months, man. I didn't agree with like the whole, like how much they were charging me and stuff, so I just ended up getting an apprenticeship. But anyways, I don't think it's taught really in school. It's more so like what you wanna bring forth to your own career, you know, because that's the beauty of this career is in this job, is that you dictate how much you make, and you dictate how your success is in a way like in the barber school, man. I ain't gonna lie, you're not gonna really get too many of those experiences, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men that go in there, and women sometimes, like they're just there for a haircut.
Yeah, they're just
quick and easy, you know, in and out.
I mean, you do provide a different experience. So I mean, like from like whenever I come in, I definitely have I could, because I have products, so we have to wash out product on my hair, and then a towel, you know, hot towel, and I mean, so what I'm getting at though is through your, whether it was school or just your experience, I think that it's important that for me to understand, like, you take a very invested approach to like customer service.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, because the way I look at it, if I can provide something that, let's say, because there's a lot of barbershops around here.
100%.
If I can provide something, service, quality that maybe the guy down the street isn't offering, then the chances of them coming back to me are way more likely than if I wasn't like being my best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, I think I'm just kind of just being myself at the end of the day, you know, like I've always wanted to help people. That was like my main goal. Like, I don't think you wake up and just want to be what you are today. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So like I kind of just implement what I was taught as a kid, you know, from my dad and my mom. And I'm like I'm the oldest of 5.
Oh, damn.
So I think it's like in my nature to kind of like look out for people, you know. And most people that come in, I ain't gonna lie, my clientele is they're young, like still in high school and stuff. I used to cut up a lot of my friends, but like as you get older, man, you start growing apart, and like certain things, like just, you know what I mean, like people just go their own ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, to like get back to your point, like I think yeah, I find that like one of the number one things you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Is customer service.
I think so too. I mean, in order to create that sustained base of retention, like like they understand like what they're getting, and that it's going to be performed at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, like it's a welcoming area. Like that's a big fucking thing,
man. Because you don't. I mean, you're in here, man, and you get all types of people. You know what I mean? And you don't know what someone's going through.
Yep.
Even with me and my partner, like we even like discussed about how like we shouldn't really coarse joke, but it's hard because we're in a barbershop. And in a barbershop, a lot of people coarse joke. You know what I mean? Like they say things as a joke. And it might be a joke, but you don't know what someone's going through that day. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of have to know when to not. You know, like have an on and off button, in a sense.
What did you say? Coarse joke?
Yeah, like coarse joke.
What does that mean?
Like when you say something
coarse, like COURSE.
Yeah, coarse joke.
Okay. Well,
it's kind of like when how can I?
I've never heard that. So I'm interested.
My partner taught me this, but he's like kind of into. Well, he's really into books, anyways. But coarse joking is kind of where, like, let's say I would be like, oh, like I'd make fun of your hat,
yeah,
you know, or something, like I don't know, like it would be like I didn't mean it in a sense to really like joke on you, but like sometimes that could hurt someone's feelings if
okay.
you know not a lot of people can express themselves, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, so coarse joking pretty much is it's just like joking about what somebody has on, or just pretty much making fun of someone. So
you gauge folks then, like if it's a completely new client that is not even a referral or anything, they just come your way. Pause again. Damn, dog. They, you know, they're in the chair or whatever, and you honestly sometimes it sounds like you have to like fill it out a little bit to some degree. Just like, oh shit, what can I say? What can I say? Are you just coming in to get a haircut? Like that's what you have to find out. Okay, that's part of the it's like discovery. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a lot harder than it looks. Yep, Like you have to adapt to the person, not only the person but their hair. Like hair reacts different, bro. Like everyone's hair reacts different to a clipper. Everyone's hair texture, everyone's scalp is different. Everyone's hair color is different. So all that you have to, you know what I mean? Take that all in within like a 5-minute time span, maybe. Yeah. That's probably that's probably as long as you want to talk to your client and discuss with them and see what they want and their you know what I'm saying, their do's and don'ts. Yeah. Their likes and their don't likes. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a lot, man, that you gotta be fast with. And I think, yeah, so I have to really read the situation, you know, and I do that by asking questions. Like that's the easiest way to do it. Like I'll ask someone how they're feeling or what they're up to today. If they're easy opening questions. Yeah, basic questions, but those basic questions, you know, they lead to more deeper conversations. Right. Yeah. Not all the time, but that's where it's like that's part of the game, you know. Oh, and I'm fine with any of it, bro. Like I could talk your head off, or I could be quiet and let you relax and enjoy your time, you know. Yeah, we definitely have some barber talk. That's for fucking sure. Definitely. I think that's why, you know, how long you been coming to me now? How long you been getting your haircut by me? Probably like 2 years now. No. Yeah. Roughly. Yeah. Roughly. About. So like, I don't think that just, you know, you don't just stick around just for like, I mean, yeah, the cut's good. The cut's good. Yeah, no, the cut's good, but it is because like we fuck around. Experience. Yeah, it's an experience. It's a whole definitely. And like I can recall, you know, opening up to you and then you opening up to me about certain things. So like it's just like a brotherlyhood thing. Yeah, we definitely have had some good conversations, and it's like deeper than just like joking around and shit. Yeah. And that speaks to one, the experience, and also what we've already touched on, which is like comfortability and the spa type of feeling, like coming out of like leaving this place and being like, man, I'm refreshed and shit, because I was able to talk without
being
judged or like having to filter super hard,
or worrying about it getting out, what stays at the shop, what set at the shop stays
this
here.
Is Vegas. This is basically Vegas.
This is little Vegas, bro.
So to speak back to when I first even came across your profile on Instagram, I want to tap into like marketing and what that means for you, because your Instagram is pretty good. You do pretty well with and that. Let the people know where your Instagram's at.
At Isaiah Blends.
That's
just Isaiah Blends.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
Space
with a Z.
With a Z.
Yeah,
Blends.
Isaiah Blends.
Yep.
That's why I said at the beginning, like, do you go by Rodney or Isaiah Blends? Because that's how I fucking first.
Isaiah Blends sounds better, but my first name is Rodney.
Right. Yeah. Is Isaiah your middle name?
My middle name.
Oh, okay. Well, then there we go. See, I never knew that. All right.
And back in high school, my friend gave me my barber name, quote unquote.
Oh, he called you Isaiah Blends.
Yeah, he called me Isaiah Blends. Like, he texted me like after a cut. He's like, Isaiah Blends. He's like, he texted me that he liked this cut, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna take that, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna use that shit.
No, I really texted him that. I was like, I'm gonna take that. Like, Rodney Blends doesn't sound as cool as
Rodney Blends.
Isaiah Blends.
Yeah, Isaiah Blends. Okay, so your Instagram, Isaiah Blends. How important is it to you? Do you have a cadence on there as far as posting is concerned? Like, is it once a week, twice a week? What's that look like for you? And do you feel like maybe you're not doing enough? Like,
yeah,
what?
Definitely.
Just walk me through the marketing for what that looks like.
Well, I'll start off by saying I'm definitely not doing as much as I should. But to start, man, like before I started getting busier and stuff, like I definitely would post about probably like 3 times a week, 3 to 5 times a week, almost every day if I could. Like that was my algorithm. Like post every day, try to get more than 10 comments within the first hour. Like that's, those type of things and like help you end up on the explore page. But definitely, it's a big deal for me. And it was in the beginning, but I definitely need to, just be honest with you and tell you that I definitely do need to work on posting more and being more, I don't know, like marketing more, Mm-hmm. I've been busy with other things in my life, but definitely, posted a lot, man. I would post a lot, and I would even pay to promote my posts, and that would help too. Hashtags, everything. My hashtags actually have helped me a ton, man. I can't even, like, so many people that I met, like even like celebrities, a couple of celebrities, not too big, but they found me on hashtags. It's not hard to just look hashtag Utah barbers, and then they'll go through like a whole bunch of list of barbers, and then they'll see my picture and they'll be like, oh, like I like this picture, like this suits me, and then they just get in contact with me. So definitely, man, it's better than it was before.
Yeah.
In general, like marketing, man, like if you don't have clientele in your chair, coming in and out, I mean, it's really just your own fault.
Right.
Because there's no excuse. Like back then, bro, you had to go out and put flyers on cars. Yep. And
still do sometimes.
Yeah. It's good to do that.
Bad.
Yeah. It's definitely not bad. Hand out business cards like in person. You actually had to be there. Now you can just post a picture, 100, 800 people will see it. There's a chance that they'll hit you up.
Now, see, I'm glad you brought that up. As far as like the person to person marketing, so like ticketing or flyering.
Yeah.
There is an element to taking a flyer home still that is way different than going through your phone.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So when I say like putting flyers on like just cars and shit, like even if I get one on my car, like I'm still grabbing it and holding it and taking a second to look at it.
Yeah.
Most people, I don't have a fucking number for it, but I would gauge like at least 6 out of 10 people will grab it and look first.
Yeah. If
it's an eye-catching thing within the first like nanosecond, then it's like, okay, what are the details? And that's how like that processing kind of works, when it comes to the marketing through like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, because of how quick you can move to the next, I call them channels. Like everyone's got their own channel. So like because you can go this quick to the next channel, you have to be much more eye popping with your marketing, but it's very to your advantage to show your end product, which is the haircut, as the post, you know, rather than just like a fucking flyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's interesting to think about because like that was one thing that I mean I've gone through your posts even still, like to be like, man, I want this type of haircut or whatever. Yeah. It's like going through.
It's a modern day portfolio,
right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And you mentioned that like marketing for you. I think, have you thought about like how your marketing should tick up a little bit, like or are we just digging that shit out right now?
No, definitely digging it out right now, but it's been something that's been on my mind for a while, you know. Yeah. I look at my posts. I even have people hitting me up like, why don't you post anymore? And I'm like, that's a sign, you know.
It's a sign we're talking about it.
Definitely. You got to look at things like that, and those things, you know, motivate you to kind of post more. But like I said, it's one thing to talk about it, it's one thing to actually do it, but definitely gonna work towards that because it is something that we're just digging out right now.
I love that shit. See, that's what I fucking love. So be outside of we've dug into like a customer experience, what it means for you to like retain people. How long has it been for you to build up your clientele to where it's at now? Would you say that you're stable? Are you always looking for new customers? I mean, that second question is dumb just because you're always looking for. But what I'm saying is like, do you have a stable foundation?
I mean, it's not a dumb question because I think it's subjective because there are times, man, where I would tell you, I'll be honest with you, like I am looking for more people than other like weeks or months or seasons. Does that make sense? So like, but that's the beauty of this job. Like you can dictate at a certain level. I'm not gonna lie, at a certain level, like when you have your own space, like you got way more freedom and stuff. You know what I mean? So like now I'm in a position where I can either post a lot, and I think that's why I haven't been posting because I haven't been looking for more people. Due to other things, like I just had my daughter. She's gonna be 2, and she's a lot of work. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't stay as late as I used to. Like I used to stay till like 1 a.m, 12 at time because I didn't have nothing to do. Right. My girlfriend was cool with it. She's like, you're making money, cool, go do your thing, you know. But now it's like I'm a dad, so I got to be a dad first. So it's like, definitely though, man.
So you made the point, and I want to say that we're going to talk about your daughter here shortly, but so I'm glad you brought her up.
Yeah.
But you find yourself in positions where you're not marketing to get new clients. I can resonate with that because in my my personal job, like there's like small businesses, small and mid-sized businesses for that matter, who don't market because they're like their supply chain, like their inventory, they don't have enough inventory because if they put up an ad, they'll get 1,000 orders. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, if we do that, we're going to be on back order for 6 weeks, and that's going to create a bunch of negative comments and shit.
Those are good. Well, I was going to say those are good problems to have.
It is a good problem to have. Now, what I'm saying though is that like there are correlations in that you're at a stable place that like I even through like the marketing that you're doing, you know, taking in new customers isn't I guess like top of mind. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I mean, are you gathering new clients like
without trying, but not as but not as many as I could. If that makes sense. Yep. Like I know definitely if I was out there promoting and posting and keeping up like how I used to, I would probably have a lot more people because I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be booked out like, and see that's the risk I took though, man. Mm-hmm. At Ramirez, when I was at Ramirez, I was booked out like 2 weeks in advance, weekdays and weekends. Here's kind of like, I'll book out maybe the day before. Sometimes not even like the weekdays are kind of slow right now. But again, like. I feel like that's because of the choice that I made by trying to kind of, like you said, not overdo it. And I know other people that do that too, you know. But like I said, that's just the freedom that I have and that I'm thankful for. Honestly, like But I definitely need to post more.
Yeah. So when you feel like it's like, oh shit, I got to ramp this shit up.
Yeah.
Like then
you'll
you
see
have
a
control
post.
of that.
Yeah.
You'll see the fucking post.
You'll see something of me, man. You'll that's just to remind you, like, hey, you might look in the mirror and be like, oh, I might need to come see Isaiah Blends or something. Get right.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, like I tell people too, if you recommend me someone, that helps too.
Yeah.
But I don't expect people to like be on top of that,
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I do get new people just because they go through my Instagram. They've been up, you know what I mean, and stays up.
There's a book that I'd like to recommend to you. It's called Raving Fans. Raving Fans, and I'll send you a link.
Okay.
But it touches on your clients or customers being raving fans for your brand.
Yeah.
And so what you just touched on as far as referrals are concerned, they're more apt to refer you before someone else or have you in the group of referrals that they give to people.
Yeah.
You're like in, so the reason why I said the last part is because you're like in my group of referrals that I give clean cut. I go through everything, but it's all like, I understand though too, that a lot of folk, like a lot of the guys that I recommend, their schedules are fucking booked up. So I'm like, yo, like, I don't know if you need one today or if you need one in a week, but either way, here's like 4 different contacts to go hit up.
Yeah.
And they may all be booked out till next week. So good luck, but that's what I got for you. Don't go to great clubs. Anyway,
see, and you're a good customer and good friend, good client.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like,
I don't think a lot of people do that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I see it a lot though. Like
Raving Fans. It's a
Raving
good book.
Fans. I'll definitely send me the link. I'll definitely buy it. Cause I think that's totally true. Cause I look at it like, man, I wake up and I'm like, I look at my appointments, man, and I'm like, all these people, man, I'm thankful for. Cause there's so much.
Let's go.
Yeah, cause this is why. Cause there's so many barbers out here. There's so many, bro. Like, there's one on every corner almost now. Like California.
Yeah.
And like any day, any given moment, any second, they could just wake up and be like, I don't want to go to this guy no more. I don't want to pay his price. I don't want to make the drive. Whatever the excuse may be, you know what I mean? It's like so fragile, bro. That's why I feel like you got to give your clients the best experiences. And the best cut, quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Because the money you can make good money, man. But then you see the slow side of the industry as well. Like anything, like any job, like it'll get fast and it'll pick up and then it'll get slow again. And that's where you got to be smart, man. And I'm like, you got to be able to save your money for times like that. You know what I mean? And that's where and I feel like that's where I'll speak for myself, where I appreciate people more. Definitely, man. Like, they're raving fans. Like, yeah, like,
that's an interesting. It's not even interesting. I love to hear that you have that appreciation and the wherewithal to look at your schedule and be like, damn, dog, thank you, because of everything you just touched on the fragility of the industry and how the North Star, so the guiding light for success in a service-based industry like this is the customer service piece, because that you don't have a product per se, you have a service. It's a hybrid kind of thing, because there is a product to some degree, because the product is your,
but not like an actual product, but like not a hair product.
But like I mean, I could go on a fucking tangent on why I think that might can be argued a product. Anyway, the point is that I have experienced the latter side. So like I have definitely like I'll switch out my barbers, not all the time, but I've had to just not hit one up anymore. And and it's because of some customer service things. Yeah. And I was just like, damn, this is like the 4th time this has happened. I'm just good. It feels like you're not exactly taking it
And that's
fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but it sucks sometimes too because like shit just doesn't correlate.
Yeah.
Like it really doesn't, you know, like I hope, you know, but I'm sure there's people that might feel that way about my schedule and the things that I've done. Like I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes life happens, you know what I mean?
And that's why I said the fourth time.
Yeah, 4 times. That's kind of pushing it. I mean, I wouldn't try to.
Play
like with people's time like that, you know. Yeah, no, but
well, it's because I don't like to play with people's time either, and
no,
I have been in the position where I have played with people's time, and I have been looked at foul.
That's how you learn to appreciate everyone's time in general. Like you waste someone's time, you waste your own. Like, but it's nothing personal ever.
Right. Yeah. So look, we're what's the official name of your business?
Up Next Barbers.
Up Next Barbers.
Up Next.
We've had this conversation about the beginning, like how the name Up Next came about.
Mm-hmm.
How did it come about? Let these folks.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was in my kitchen and I just started writing down names on a piece of paper. Like I thought of the name within like a couple days. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I think we had a different name. I can't remember what the other name was gonna be, but it was a good one too. But I just thought Up Next made more sense in the time being.
Yeah.
But I just thought about it in my head. Like, I don't know. I was writing things down.
It wasn't like suggested to you or some shit. Like, oh, okay. Okay, so I think it's a sick ass name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's fucking.
Yeah, I try to have like meaning behind it too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what's the meaning behind it?
Up Next at the time for me because I started cutting hair when I was 13.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I started cutting hair when I was 13. I didn't stay consistent with it until I was in about 10th grade because that's when you're around a lot of people and a lot of people start caring about how they look in high school. And a lot of people don't have money in high school. So they come. So I started hitting up my friends like, yo, let me cut your hair for free. Let me cut your hair for free. I live down the street from the high school, so it's convenient.
Yeah.
It's for free. What else you know what I mean? Like, I'm learning. That's the only thing that's to it. But I'm not bad, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, I believe that I'll give you a decent haircut. A lot of them came, man. Like I ain't gonna lie. I built a lot of my clientele in high school.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Like man. Like bro, you got prom. You got football games. You got assemblies. People want to look good, and if you're doing it for free, man.
Were you getting hit with some tips?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But not as much as you might think, bro. I had a lot of cheap friends, bro. I had some friends, man. I'm gonna put them on the spot. I had some friends that would tell me after the cut, oh, I got you next week. Like that's when I get paid, and I'm like, in my head, I'm trying to wrap around like you really came into my house, like
yo,
to get a cut, a service. I know it's free, bro, but
my G,
like what? But that's what I was charging.
I know it's free,
that's
bro.
What I was charging. But bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I cut myself out short for a long time. Like I knew like when I started charging, bro, was when a lot of my friends and even just people that I didn't know were coming to me and they were like, "Oh, why don't you charge for like at least $10? You know? All right, cool. I'll start there. $10.
Right,
Next week it's $10. Everyone's $10. All right, cool. Then like a whole year later, bro, like 15, and then finally when I got to Ramirez, it was like $25. That was like the standard price for a haircut back in like 2019 or so, 2018 or 2017, one of those. Because that's when I really started like taking it serious, man. Like after high school, like in high school, during high school, I had other things. Like I was like into boxing as well, and I was into sports like baseball. Like my dad loves baseball, but I sucked at baseball, bro. So
we had this conversation just the cut,
bro. I'm telling you, like. So
hold on, let's put a pin in that really quick because I want to finish this other conversation. We're going to talk about that shit because we laughed a little bit about that. So you were 13 when you started, and gradually like raises the price and all that. Well, you're a young bull. Like what? How old are you right now?
24. I just turned 24.
Damn, 11 years that you've been okay. So you've been 11 years.
Roughly. Because I'm telling you, man. Like when I was 13, I was just cutting up my brother and my dad.
Yeah.
And like I remember cutting up my dad for the first time. It was so funny, man. Like I was so scared. My dad took me to Ross to get some clippers, and I at the time I didn't know you had to have liners too. So he just bought me the clipper. And so I just like I remember we were like he's like he took me to Ross. We went, got him, went back home. He went in the shower or got in the shower and just put the towel over his neck and he's just like, all right, come out here. And I remember mid cut I forgot like some steps, so I just walked out. I was like, hold on, I gotta go get a drink. But I was really on my phone watching the steps like to remember.
What steps for what? Like doing
to his fade.
Oh, okay.
His haircut. I don't even remember how it looked.
Yeah.
But shout out to my dad, and that's why he gets free cuts. He's the only one that I give free cuts to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and what the hell?
I would give my brother free cuts too, because he was a test dummy, man. Like I sent him to trips, man. Effed up, bro. Like I remember he was in baseball, and I had cut his hair for like a tournament. I messed up his haircut to start off, and then second of all, his coach was making fun of him because I left like some hairs back here.
Oh dang! Okay,
so it's a journey, man.
It's like, a journey.
But what I'm telling you is like I didn't really stick with it so much when I was 13 though, man. Like I stopped for like a year or two. I didn't see it picking up. I didn't see it progressing. Like nobody wanted to trust me at that time.
And you had other options, not other options, other things you were doing. So that's what we circle back to: boxing, baseball, all that. So like you started doing baseball initially.
Yeah, when I was like a little kid, bro. Yeah, like Pee-wees.
And you were. I
was maybe good when I was like 13, 12. You know. That was about my little brother. He's better, bro. He was the baseball player. But like I said, my family, my dad, he's from Central America, so I don't know. Like baseball is big where he's from. Yeah. So obviously he wants me to play.
Central America, like what?
Central Nicaragua.
There you go.
Yeah, Nicaragua. So he's from Nicaragua, and over there it's like that's like their sport, baseball. Yeah. But not for me, man. I think I turned 12 when I started boxing. I found this gym called KO, and my dad was very supportive, so that's what helped me, man. Like, and so yeah, I was doing those types of things, like, but I was boxing like every day, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was boxing every day. I competed a little bit too, so those type of things kept me away from cutting hair, and I wasn't making no money cutting hair at the time. Yeah, I wasn't getting any better. Like, I honestly, bro, was so discouraged. I think I was discouraged so much to one point I sold my partner, because I've known him for like 10 plus years. Okay, we started cutting hair together. Damn, and I sold him all my shit. What? At one point, because I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm good. Like no one comes to me. I'm not getting better. Like, I'm not making no money. But at the time, he was like progressing, getting better, making money. A lot of his clientele was coming in and paying him, bro. And at the age of like 15, 14, he was making good money, like good money for a 15-year-old. And then when I seen that, bro, I was like, man, if my bro can do it and we start at the same time, kind of. Like, I could do it too, you know? Yeah. That's when I tell you, when I got to 10th grade though, man, that's when I was like, I gotta do this, you know? Like, I already invested so much money, bro, into like clippers and stuff.
And time.
Definitely, man.
Time is more precious than money, bro.
I just started cutting hair by just going on YouTube and looking up how to do a fade and how to do a taper.
Stop it.
But I kid you not, bro, I watched hundreds and hundreds of hours of that shit. Because you know why, bro? When I started cutting hair, it wasn't like you had a video, like a whole hour video, or not even an hour. Tutorials aren't even that long anymore. No. But you used to have to find the YouTube videos in parts. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Because they were not long videos.
Yeah, YouTube was like barely coming up too. Yeah. So like I had to go through and find videos, and all those videos, bro, were like 2 hours long. They had no editing, nothing, just straight them cutting. You know what I mean? Wow. So I kind of got. I honestly, I'm blessed because I got to get into it. Wow. Like that's blowing when my mind right now. Before it changed. You know what I mean? Because barbering has changed significantly. Like, we're the new era of barbers. Damn. You know what I mean? And all the guys that have already been here, like, they're just true to the game. Like, they're doing what they have to do. You know? And it's sad because I see sometimes, man, like some barbers, they don't want more. You know what I mean? Like, some barbers are cool with where they're at and being working for someone else or something like that. You know what I mean? And that's cool. Whatever. Yeah. That's the beauty of this industry. Like, you choose, man, honestly. And whatever works for you.
We keep coming back to the you choose piece, and the freedom of what a career choice that this can, this has. What was your driving motivation driving factor to because it can't just be I'm thinking in my head about like our conversations that we've had in the past and like your drive that I've seen just through conversation. Like, what got you to this like entrepreneurial spirit? Did that come from your fucking? It's a fucking hard word. Is it mom and dad or uncle? Fucking
definitely mom and dad. My dad was like a really good role model. My mom, I kind of bumped head with my mom's a little bit. But I think it was more so tough love, you know what I mean? But my mom and my dad, hustlers, man. Hustlers. To this day. That's why it kind of sucks, bro, because I don't be having I don't be having like a sitter and shit. Because they're too busy. They're too busy living their life still, you know what I mean? Like grinding. Like my mom, she just barely graduated from being an esthetician. Woo! Esthetician school. So, and I love that for her because our parents or my parents, right? Like, they worked hard, man. And my dad, he's seen some luxuries in his life. Like he had some money in his time, but my mom too. But what I'm getting at is like my mom finally has freedom, bro. Like she's been at her job for 20 years.
Oh wow. And
luckily, man, it's not like it is a demanding job, but they're not like to her neck since she's kind of like seniority now. Like you come and go as you choose. You kind of get a little bit more leniency. My dad, not so much. My dad, he still has to work. Like I don't know if I told you this last week, but like my dad, like it bothers me, man, to see my dad like not be able to take sick days or something. Like he really feels
you didn't
sick.
Tell me this, no.
Yeah, well, like for instance, like me, bro, like I'm thankful. I thank God every day, man, or I try to at least, that I can at least call my days off when I'm sick. Right. Some people don't have that luxury, like my dad. So that's what motivates me. That's what built the entrepreneurship side, and it's kind of sparked it in me, where I was like, time is more valuable than money. But how do I get this money so that I can save, so I can save other people's time, my dad's time, my mom's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
money to create magic, and some magic for some people is time.
Yeah,
a lot of people is time.
A lot of people,
I mean, creating magic moments even with your daughter, and just like, and that's that. But in order to do that, you need time.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I'm blessed because, like I was allowed, like my clientele allowed me to move to my own space with my partner at the right time. Like, because if I would have been at another shop, or I wouldn't have been able to, make the move, then I probably would have been way more stressed out trying to make appointments and do all this stuff. Be a dad, and so like, being able to control your time, man, it's that shit is priceless.
It's fucking everything. Like,
bro, if you really think about it, like for instance, I use my dad, like, cause it sucks. Like, I'm gonna get my dad out of it one day, but like, somebody tells him what time to wake up. Someone tells him what time to go to lunch. Someone tells him what time to go home. Someone tells him what time to go to sleep.
Damn,
that's not freedom.
No,
you know what I mean? And my dad works hard, but that's just leaving proof that nowadays you can't just work hard. You got to make smart moves and smart choices. Right?
Absolutely.
So it's like,
I agree with you. Everything you're saying. I think it's really important to recognize what new wave of opportunities are here for us to be able to take advantage of, because I'm sure you've been told this, and everyone's been fucking told this, but the old adage of work smarter, not harder, Yeah. And I think right now, and it's only going to become more present, that we're going to be able to have the ability to for real work smarter and not harder. Like, there's like YouTube automation. There's a lot of different avenues for revenue streams.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, bro.
So that leads me into my next question for you. I don't know. Did you have something to say really quick?
No,
okay.
Go ahead.
Leads my next question for you. What are some other things that you're passionate about, like that outside of barbering, for revenue stream goals? Like, are there other things that you have your eyes on?
Yeah,
because you're still,
they're all just ideas at the moment, sure. Definitely. But I mean, I always wanted to start with the basics. I feel like the basics is owning a home, owning property, starting there. You know what I mean?
Fucking yeah, dude.
Like buying a home, because I need one now. I got a family. Maybe if I was like a just no kids, and I would have been like, maybe I'll just get like some property, like some rental properties lease or something. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm really thankful for my business partner because he kind of instills all those ideas too in my head. Like, man, we need to go in on, you know, a rental property or property, just any type of property or some type of investments. You know, I've always wanted to get into like crypto and stocks and stuff because I feel like that stuff looks fun and interesting. And if I can create revenue when I'm not there, that's the main goal, bro.
Passive income,
bro. Like right now, like I like what my uncle said. This is my uncle told me. He said, right now you're a censored faucet. So when you put your hand into a censored faucet is when you get the water, but when you don't have your hand in, you ain't getting nothing. So pretty much, if I'm not here working, I'm not here getting paid.
Damn. So that is a wild analogy.
So how can you make money while you're not working, right? That's the $1 million question.
What you do is you create a fucking hand to stay in front of the faucet. That's what those passive income is. You're like, oh well, I'm just gonna put this right here, and we now
expanding, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, that's why I love this game, because no matter if it's cutting hair or owning things, like owning a shop or like being an inventor or something, you know, inventing a product or something, like you can make tons of money, not just cutting hair.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? So like I plan on doing things like that too. Like I when I get a shop, I hope to like be able to invest into a product. Like I want to invest into a product with me and my partner, and we want to like hopefully do good, because I see like a lot of local companies are doing really good out here. Like there's a lot of money out here.
There's money everywhere. It's all in abundance.
So pretty much like
they're printing it every single fucking day.
Yeah, every day they print money.
So that's it's like, everywhere.
Yeah, it's definitely. So, but I'm like, right here,
take money
right here. But like, since I'm from Utah, and I kind of want to make something here. You know what I mean? Like, and then hopefully expand. And that's my goal, to franchise or something maybe. Yeah, one day.
Those are not lofty goals, and I think that you're well capable and deserving of those blessings.
Yeah, thank you.
We've covered a lot. We've covered a lot, and we have been touching on through the conversation, like your family, and like how you had the flexibility to stay longer, take more on, or what have you, and then how you through. I don't even know if you heard yourself, but I was listening that like. You want to spend those times with your daughter to, you know, continue to grow and foster that relationship, obviously. What has been the biggest reward that you have experienced in fatherhood? One of the biggest rewards, because there's plenty.
Watching her grow up, but definitely taking her home. Taking her home. My daughter spent like 113 days in the NICU. She was born at like 24 weeks. So that's why I said like I left Ramirez, and shout out to him, because that's where I built my clientele, bro. Like for real.
Shout out to Ramirez.
Yeah, shout out Ramirez Barber Lounge. And I left there at the perfect time, man, because you know, you think that, and you would only hope for your girl and your guys' pregnancy to be healthy, you know, and pretty much normal. You know what I mean? I call it normal. But, bro, my girlfriend was like, 24 weeks. And pretty much I had to rush her to the hospital. I got to the hospital. Luckily, man, thankfully, bro, like shit was crazy, bro. But luckily, when we got there, they obviously like try to find her heartbeat first, because my girlfriend woke up, bro, and she was bleeding, man. And I was like, oh no, that's not a good sign. Rushed to the hospital. They luckily, man, found the heartbeat. I was like, okay, we're on the right track. They leave, come back after like 10 minutes, and they're like, all right, we got some good news, we got some bad news. Which one do you want first? We're like, give us the bad news. Like the bad news, she has to come out right now.
Oh my God.
I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, you just told us everything was okay.
Right.
And I guess like my girl was already dilating, bro. Like her body was reacting as if she was already going into labor.
Yeah.
So like we got to do an emergency C-section. rushed her to the other room. I started getting to my scrubs, whatever. And then I remember, bro, they told me, they're like, so we have to tell you this, you know, obviously, like, your daughter only has like a 41% chance of surviving.
Oh my God.
I'm like, damn. Start calling everyone because it was around like roughly 4 a.m, bro.
Okay, so this is fucking mad early.
Early.
Yeah.
So then they do the C-section, bro, and she went straight to the NICU, bro. Like, I didn't even get to see her, like, when she was born, technically. Like,
wow.
I didn't get to see her for like 3 hours.
Wow.
So that they could like hook her up and like hook her up to like what is it called? I forgot what the little box is called. Like,
incubator? No.
Yeah, the incubator. It is an incubator.
That sounds like for food, doesn't it? It sounds a little bit.
No. I think it is I don't know, bro. The little box, bro.
Yeah,
the little box, bro. It sucks. So,
dude, it sounds like it's for food for some reason in my head. I don't know. But anyways, is it the incubator?
It is an incubator, bro. I swear it is. And if it isn't, then whatever, bro.
Change the name. All right.
Change the name. But yeah, man, so I got to finally see her, and it was, man, she was like the size of my hand.
No way.
Yeah, like the size of my hand, bro. And they had her hooked up to like an oxygen, like one of the strongest like oxygen machines that they had, bro. It was like it wasn't a pretty scene to see, bro. Like her chest was like bumped like so fast, bro. It was like she was so small.
Yeah.
So me and my girlfriend marched there like every day, bro. Like, and I'm thankful that at least I got to be here through all that because I took so much time away from work.
I was gonna say, how did that affect? Obviously, directly.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think my daughter was born on a Thursday, and I went to work the next day. Like, I was up all night that night, and then my mom like was like, "Oh, I'll just stay with my girlfriend Lex. Her name's Lex." He's like, "I'll just stay with Lex and you go work, you know?" Because I was a Friday, and I had so many people, bro. And for some reason, I was just like, bro, I'm not trying to stay here. Like, I can't even see my baby.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to stay here, really. Like, my girlfriend's cool. I made sure of that. Like, I just need to get my head off of this, you know?
Yeah.
I went to work, man. I ain't gonna lie. I cried myself to work.
Damn.
But I did all the haircuts with a smile.
Yeah.
Pretend I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell anybody about nothing, bro, till she was out of there, till I knew it was like a for sure, you know? And that's why I tell people, like, or I recommend people, like, don't put it out there so soon, you know, because it's so fragile, so like the energy, you know what I mean, like, and sometimes it's out of your control, bro. Like, we did everything, like every ultrasound, everything was, she's healthy, she looks good, and out of nowhere that happened, bro. And I'm like, but I'm thankful for it, bro, because if that would have never happened, man, I wouldn't have learned how to, I would have learned to appreciate it, but not as much, bro. So that's why I say, what is the biggest thing that I get from fatherhood or from being a dad? Taking her home, having the blessing to take her home.
Damn, that fucking that's a lot. That's good. That's a good lot. That
man.
hits me.
But thankfully, bro, like, I can't lie to you.
Can't even talk.
Yeah, thankfully though, man, through that time, like, man, so many people, the right people were calling us, bro, like, praying for us, bro, like
Support system,
supportive, man, like, and that's why I think that like, if you look at my daughter, bro, you wouldn't even be able to tell she was a NICU baby, bro. Like, she like, because a lot of NICU babies, bro, they either high chances of them being like having to have glasses because of all the air intake, all the oxygen that they take. I guess it's really bad for their eyes.
Interesting.
She doesn't have glasses. Like, she has good vision. The only thing is for her is like she's delayed in things, obviously, because she was born. So she's like 3 months. Yeah, she was 24 weeks. So like she had 3 more, or I don't know how. Yeah,
at least 3 more months, because 36 is like when it's full term,
12,
and then after that it's
So like she's not walking and stuff yet, but she's crawling. She's doing all that stuff, man. So but that's what I'm saying. Home. Like, yeah, taking her home, watching her grow, man. I ain't gonna lie. They weren't lying, man. They weren't lying when they say they grow up too fast, bro.
Really?
Fuck. Bro.
The sincerity and the fuck, dude.
Bro. Like, it sucks. Like, when you just like want to carry them like a little baby, because you're like, you're not that big. And then they just don't want to, like, you know what I'm saying? They like
they're big.
because they're big. They're like, I don't want to hold. You don't want to be held.
I'm grown.
I'm trying to. I got so much energy. I'm trying to ruin shit.
I'm trying to fuck shit up. Dang.
Facts.
I'm here to fucking run. Dang. That comes up all the time. Is how it goes by so fast, and that
shit is not an understatement though, bro.
Right.
That's why I'm telling you, it's not an understatement.
That's why I like. That's a big thing that I've been listening to about. For me, is like just cherish like all of it, the whole thing, no matter what.
Everything.
And that's not to say that I wouldn't have anyway, but it's important. Like I'm very much like to.
People need a reminder.
Yeah,
that's a reminder, bro.
That's all. Just like, yo, man. Hey, for real. Like they're not getting less younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know
ain't getting younger either.
Yeah, exactly.
We getting old. Bro.
Everyone is like, as soon as from the jump. I mean, it's a race to the finish line, and it's a marathon. So take your time, and just take your time, but to take in all the moments. So
definitely,
I'm curious though because I know that all that had that you went through that, and you guys went through that challenge, and so I wanted to tap into like how it might have affected. Do you think that you're like whole per se now? And when I mean whole is like you're like back at the same level to some semblance, like so that you were before she was born, like as far as like work productivity, all that.
Yeah, I think even more.
How long did that take?
The whole time she was in the NICU, bro.
Yep.
Honestly, because that's the only thing that I was worried about. Like I would cut hair and stuff and do good job, bro. Because people.
That's what you.
But like, took me the whole amount of like the duration of her stay at the NICU. Because after that, bro, like once I got her home and once like I seen she was okay and stuff, like I was like, okay, big weight lifted off my shoulders. And at that time, bro, I feel like as a parent, bro, you gotta know when to focus on family time and work time. But I think the whole duration of her NICU stay and probably like a couple weeks after that is when I told my girlfriend, I was like I'm gonna start picking up with work and I'm gonna start focusing again on my work. Like I have a kind of like a character to upkeep. You know what I mean? Like Isaiah Blends, like I want to represent that to the fullest and best that I can. And that's always been my goal, man. And my main motivation was to just be able to be known where I'm at, especially if I'm just here, man. Like you got to dream big, but I'm like, if people can know me here for a good cause, not just a waste of space on earth, I put it that way. Like you actually did something, and I'm still trying to do something and leave my mark. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like it took, I don't know, just till I figured out she was gonna be like okay, man. And to this day, like I see a lot of specialists and stuff to this day, bro.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, you told me that. Like so it's not like the end. It's not done per se because.
So that's why I feel like I haven't like, you feel me, man? Like I haven't blossomed. That's why we dug that up just now. Like I haven't blossomed and I haven't really tried to put myself out there as much as I should, and I know I should because. Look at how like Utah is changing as a whole.
As a whole.
Bro, we got the motherfucking All-Star game, bro. Like, what
the fuck are we talking about?
Like, that is a perfect time for people to, you know what I'm saying? Try to push yourself and put your market just in general out. Put your stuff out there.
I'm throwing a show that fucking weekend.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's what people want.
Yeah.
Something to do and dope shit to see. You know what I mean?
Put myself out there.
Definitely.
And honestly, that came by, I don't mean to, we'll come back, but like that opportunity, February 19th at Metro Music Hall, Terminology. I'm going to be performing my EP, Yesterday's Poem there, which releases on the 17th. Jay Villain, Valcone, D. Cohen, Spades, and Mescal, hosted by Rhyme Time, DJ Poetic C on the wheels, in association with Self-Expression Music. And then we got a battle between Mike Bailey and Josh Matter. Bang! February 19th. Fucking tickets are online.
Be square.
Anyway, so I forgot about the All-Star Weekend, okay? So I got this opportunity to get this date through Metro Music Hall, and it's a Sunday, and I was like, fuck, I'm really looking for something in March on a Saturday, you know, like, and he was like, I have nothing else in March. And and I didn't want to push out to April. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll take it. Fucking Doug, no more. And then I found out that it was on All-Star Week, and I was like, oh man, this is dude, this is the universe fucking answering. And I didn't say no. I said yes. Yeah. Say yes more than you say no. Obviously, say no to drugs, but fucking say yes more than you say no.
Definitely, bro. Blessing in disguise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit happens for you.
That was a manifestation because I was looking for something to be able to continue to build this brand. That's what that's like. My subconscious is thinking about Mic Masters and what I can continue to do. And obviously, I wanted a stage to perform on for the CP because I'm really proud of it. You know.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So to go back to what we're talking about, you having this even right now as we're talking, this aha moment of like, yo, like I can fucking, you know, step back up to the plate and really start putting my grind in because I'm, you know, deserving of that. But also I think about it because I'm about to be a father in May, is that I'm going to phrase this the way that I'm affirming it to myself. I am going to show my son what hard work is. Definitely. And because that's what my dad showed me. My dad's naturally very industrious.
Shout out to dads, man.
Yeah, for real. So he has a bunch of stuff going on all the time too. So like I got this, I got music, I got the Battle League, family life, you know, my job, my 9 to 5, which that's even something that I'm looking to just turn into a different revenue stream. So it's just replacing that revenue stream with a more freedom. That has more freedoms. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Point is, that's a revenue stream. Right now. So there's a lot of different things that I'm doing. And I was going to say something else, but I'm going to keep that on the back burner right now. I almost just leaked something and I should not have, so I didn't.
Yeah, you better be careful. Slow down.
Slow down, play it. So I bring that up because about like showing what my intentions are to show my son, like, yo, this is like, dad works hard. Like none of this shit came for free. You know, I and this is what I do. So like to build that understanding with him at a very early age, and him knowing like, because I'm gonna take him to the studio with me, and I like little ass headphones on, you know, so to block out like sound and make sure fools aren't fucking smoking weed in the joint, you know. Like, yo, my 2-year-old's with me,
you
bro.
Gotta regulate that shit. People don't care, bro.
No, I know. Yeah, they will with me, or I will schedule my own sessions. Facts. You know,
whatever you gotta do, man.
The point is, whatever I have to do, and if he's not coming with me, like, he will come with me. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I have plenty of stories. I think I've talked about them on here. If I haven't, they'll come up through osmosis. But my dad had, when he was pursuing his degree, bro, we would wait outside of his classroom at Salt Lake Community College on State, the one off of State and like 13th, because he didn't, you know, he wasn't gonna pay a babysitter or whatever, and it was like his class was like 6 to 8:30 or some shit, and we were like, I mean, we weren't little kids, we were like 11 or 12 and shit, but
you got a degree?
10, 9, yeah. 10, 11 years old, but like 10 or 11 years old, like, you don't want to be sitting down. But hindsight's 2020. I wasn't really pissed off about it because we would just like walk around the fucking school, like walk in the halls. But my dad was like, I'm still going to accomplish this shit. Yeah. And I'm taking these little motherfuckers with me. And hey, wait here. I'll be back in a little bit when that, you know, at 7 is when I'm supposed to be getting out. So just make sure you're back fucking right here sitting down, you know? So that's why I say for like you, I admire the fact that even through this, you know, process of talking, because this is the most that we've conversed outside of a, you know, barber chair, even though this is like as long sometimes as a cut is, but it's a whole different setting, you know?
Definitely.
But for you to have any sort of inkling to get back on the grind pretty hard, it's, I mean, I think that's sick as fuck.
It's where it starts.
Yeah.
It's where it starts.
Just identifying and be like discovery.
But I mean, you can't stay there too long. Can't stay there too long.
Why can't you stay there too long?
Because then you'll just talk about it your whole life, bro.
Let's go.
So, and I've learned that. My dad taught me that, bro. Like, you don't speak shit about anything about the shit you actually care about, like what you want to do, like your moves, your plans, you don't speak about that. You keep that to yourself, because once you throw it out there, like I said, same thing with kids. Like people might not want the best for you. So you got to protect it.
Ooh.
You got to protect it, and it sucks, bro, because I had to protect this. Like some of the people that I thought would support me, to them this shit looked at it like they looked at it as a joke. Like I recall people telling me like get a real job.
What?
Yeah, people that I actually like thought that would, like my own family. You know what I mean? But like,
wow, I don't like that.
But not to that extent. Like not to like where they were mean and they were just like, oh, you cut hair. Like why don't you get a real job? I'm like,
I do have a real.
This
job.
is a real job. But that was the start. You know. Now it's like. Now they see the little bit of beauty behind it, and they're like, good job.
Good job, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well,
so that's why it's like, you got to appreciate it, bro, yourself. Protect it. Care for it like if it's your kid.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate what, all the new opportunities that are coming about, and how much, I'll be honest with you, it feels like I'm like seeing it before it happens. I mean, obviously I'm not entirely, but I read a lot of Neville Goddard, and I keep talking about it. I'll talk about it till my breath is gone, but there's a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shin. I think I've brought that up to you.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a quick 2.5 hour listen. It's not wild at all, and it's it's sparked me into massive transition and change, and that I'm very grateful for. And I am a fucking giant, bro. I am the shit.
You gotta wear that shit on your sleeve, bro. You gotta be a warrior with it.
I absolutely feel that way. Yeah. Bro, this has been fun. I've taken up a lot of your time, and I've
taken a lot of yours.
Doc, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a ton. Where can people? I know we've already touched on the Instagram. Is there anything else that?
Yeah, we launched our website, upnextbarbers.com. It's probably the first one you see on Google. I'm not gonna lie to you. Upnextbarbers.com.
Barbers. Okay.
With an S.
And is it NXT? Because I'm looking at the.
Oh yeah. There you go. It's no, it's spelled properly.
Okay.
UP. Yeah, we didn't do the NXT. Nah. So UPNEXT barbers.com.
Dope.
Yep, that's our booking. You can find our schedule. I think you can see a little bit about us there too. A little picture or something.
That's
not just playing.
It'll be in the. You can check us out and shit. There's a little about us. Yep. They'll be in the description here, and also his Instagram as well to check out his new posts that are going to be coming up too, because it sounds like he's fire as fuck.
I definitely got to invest in some videos, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
There's a bunch of apps. There's a bunch of apps.
Definitely.
There's a bunch. My man, thank you so much, Doug.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Fucking short
Appreciate
story bingo. Episode 11. And yeah, man, we're out. That's it.
Dun, dun, dun. Spare fingers. Cheers.